Hey, I'm John Lineski. Thanks for joining me with this asynchronous session on purposeful questioning through rich tasks. During this session, you will develop or expand your knowledge of purposeful questioning, experience a rich task using Desmos, explore the depth of knowledge matrices through Open Middle, and reflect on your experience today. The overall goal or idea of purposeful questioning is to promote deeper learning. As a reminder, deeper learning is going to help with our profile of an LCPS graduate. You can see our 5 C's over in the corner there. So what exactly does purposeful questioning look like? So this is sort of a back and forth between students and teachers. Take a moment right now to pause the video and read through this slide. The general theme of what teachers are going to be doing is to build on and elaborate student thinking, not necessarily to funnel or take over what they're doing. Sometimes when we're having a student talk through their work, if they make a mistake, we sort of cut them off right in the tracks, and we don't want to do that. We want to let them just continue on with it and maybe find their own mistakes. We also want to encourage explanation and justification of thinking. We're not just interested in that one final answer. We want to know sort of their process, explain how they got it, those types of things. It's making sure that the questions are sort of accessible to all students. And for the students, what are their expectations? Well, they should have expectations of being able to explain or elaborate their thinking, and not just getting answers again, but sort of reflecting on and justifying their reasoning. We also want them communicating with each other and sort of helping each other out in a collaborative form. A reflection strategy that you can use with your own classroom is virtually you record your classes to go back and watch a recording of your class and just note all of the questions that you ask throughout the course of the class. Think about the questions. Are they promoting deeper learning, or are they promoting a desired outcome or a desired answer instead? Oftentimes we ask questions, do we all get it? Does anyone have any questions? There's a time and place for those for sure, but we want to make sure that we're asking other questions that allow learners the opportunity to communicate reasoning, give explanations, and show different choices and methods. Later in today's session, you're going to have the opportunity to explore the depth of knowledge matrices from Open Middle. To give a quick example of how to transform a very closed question into an open question, we're going to take a look at this money problem. DOK is abbreviated for depth of knowledge, and so the way that these are organized is there's depth of knowledge 1, 2, and 3. The idea is that students should be able to do depth of knowledge 1 type questions and then eventually graduate into depth of knowledge 2 to kind of get at that deeper learning, and then 3 takes it even a step further. So if we look at this money question for depth of knowledge 1, if you have 2 dimes and 3 pennies, how many cents do you have? There's very one clear-cut answer there. So if you think you had a class of 30 students, you would be getting 30 of the right same answer, and then some wrong answers, I'm sure, as well. If you take a look at depth of knowledge 2 example, make 45 cents in 3 different ways with either quarters, dimes, nickels, or pennies. So think about all of the different ways that students can come up with that. You've now opened the floodgates of all these different ways of students being able to show their thinking using money versus this one, which is very clear cut and has one right answer. If we take it a step further, we have make 45 cents using exactly 6 coins with either quarters, dimes, nickels, or pennies. So that kind of funnels it a little bit more, makes it a bit more challenging for students, giving them the exact number of coins that need to be used. At this time, you're going to go back to the playlist and go on to the Desmos activity where you're going to try out different rich tasks. When you log into Desmos, just use your Google account. I have elementary tasks, middle school tasks, and high school tasks. Feel free to just look through all of them, though. As always, things that are done in high school can be modified to elementary, and things done in elementary or middle can be modified. So think about how these types of activities might fit your content. So we have a couple of different interactive slides here with sort of the idea of the topic at hand. Some of them for elementary and middle could be going either way. Same with middle to high school. Some of them can kind of be used either way. So make sure you take a chance to look at each activity and see which ones you like. When you're finished, you are going to fill out the reflection question at the end of the Desmos.